To another episode of Level Up Video Games, where we gain experience points by buying, selling, trading, and repairing retro video games. Today, it's Friday, it's still cold, and yeah. Supposed to be holding this PS4 for a customer. I have the number. I'm going to probably try to call them later. We got a package, but that's going to be a package for a customer as well when they come in. Didn't test those two. Don't know what to do with. Yeah, we'll see. Did accidentally break the PlayStation 3 keyboard. Essentially, it dropped on the floor and the back battery cap broke off. And I said, yeah. I essentially just got rid of it. I'm going to give it to Goodwill, because without a dongle, there's really no reason to even have them. And good morning to you, Digger. Get one eBay sale last night.
Money!
And I can't keep these guys in stock online. They just sell. That's Mario Kart Wii for the Wii. Sold it for $30 plus shipping on top. Customer of the day. They just bought some stuff. Just bought my last DS Lite. So that red one. So that's gone. And they bought a couple Game Boy games. I think they got F1 Racing, and then they got new Super Mario Bros. Loose for the DS handheld console. So I decided to start taking a peek at what I got. I got two DS lights at the bottom here. And I decided to take a look at this guy right here, but the biggest problem is I think both of these DS lights are Travis's, so I would have to give it to him if I fixed it. Might as well take a look, gain a little experience while I'm at it. I don't got much to do. I can process some games, but I kind of want to fix a little stuff. And I don't want to fix consoles. I got plenty of them, as you guys can see. I think today I want to maybe take a look at some of these DS lights. And then there's something over here that has been bothering me, and I really want to figure out what's going on with it. Alright, so I just took this one down as well to take a look, because this one, it's not turning on even with it plugged in, but this one definitely turns on. The battery's good, so we're just going to replace the battery and see if that powers that guy on. The thing I noticed right off the bat is one of these connectors are actually broken, and as you can tell, this is no longer pink, has pink dots like this one. That means this one has had some water damage, and it may not just power on at all. Another DS Lite right here that has a good motherboard. We could maybe take this apart. Do I want to? This one works. It just has a bad hinge. And I think I have a good hinge in here somewhere. Before we get ahead of ourselves and start, fixing that one, because I just realized that this is not just a hinge, it's the whole top plate, which I can steal from this one right here. And I don't know if this works completely, but I'm not going to do that quite right now. I know I have a good board for this, but I think I want to take this apart and take a look and see how bad it is on the inside, considering this thing's had water damage. Too bad. You can definitely see some liquid got right in here. Down here as well. Not on this side. This side's water pad looks pretty good. So it's mostly probably this power connector that's having issues. What's wrong with the power connector? Who knows? And to get to it's going to be pretty tight. I would have to desolder these back ends, and that's going to be extremely hard because the chip reader doesn't come off, and it's really difficult. You would have to unsolder all those pins and the ground pads on the side. Maybe we can clean it up and see if it boots on, but I don't even know. These chips down here look pretty bad, so this one might just be a dud. No joke. All I did was just clean the contacts, and let's see if it'll do it again. My power button's all screwed up. I fixed it. Let's see. Boom. Oh, it popped. Uh-oh. Boop. All right, that means something else. The good old days of fixing DSIs, DS lights, 3DSs are coming back to me. What does that mean? In my experience, when the device pops off, it tends to be that some of these ribbon cables in here are not properly seated on this machine. Or maybe there's corrosion on them and it's not making proper contact. So I'm going to take this motherboard pretty much out, take a look at it. Nightmares are coming back. I totally forgot they... I'll show you guys. Some smart ass in Nintendo's like, yeah, let's run these Wi-Fi cables underneath the goddamn card reader, because that's going to be easy to repair, right? I mean, you run it underneath it, and then they got to seat it through. Oh. All right, let's see what we got. What I was hoping to see is maybe some type of corrosion that would point me in the right spot, but the back end of this device looks pretty clean. So we'll just clean the contacts and continue going from there. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's still popping even after reseating, so I'm just going to take this good board, put it in here, and then make sure that the screen, the top and the bottom screen are working properly. Make sure everything's working properly. We're just going to go for it.
2 hours later.
Unfortunately, we were messing around with some DS lights, and I was essentially trying to change one of these. Was cracked and not working. The other one, the case needed not a new hinge. It actually needed a whole like top cover. I had it because this one wasn't working properly and I had all the parts and pieces. But unfortunately, the reason why I don't really like when it has to deal with the top screen is because once you screw up this ribbon cable, like I did, like my tweezers went right through it, right here, right where my thumb is, right there. It's trash. Like, the whole screen is trash. You can't really do much with it. So essentially, when taking it out, I screwed it up, and then I tried to get this one out, and it completely tore in half. So that's why I don't mess with top screens, because they're just a pain in the ass with this thing. Those are gonna go in the trash.
2 hours later.
Legitly, I'm going ham on these PSPs. I got so many pieces and parts, but I got 2 broken screens right here for this 1000 done model and this one. I'm working on seeing if I can get one of these 3001 models to work. This one does work, it powers on, but the screen is cracked, so I'm literally just going to replace the screen and one of the ones that has no power, and hopefully get lucky. So we'll see. Bye bye PSPs. So I was able to get 2 PSPs working, this 3001 model and this 1001 model. This one's going to Travis. It's missing a stick, otherwise it's kind of like really rough, like the plastic's been scraped to Kingdom Come. But the buttons are good, it charges, it does read discs and games. The reason this got it is because a client actually called me about one. I decided to go at them, and at this point there's a couple, they're pretty much parts and pieces in here of different ones, screws and everything. I didn't want to try to do anything with it, to be honest with you. Almost probably would have had 3 PSPs working, but I screwed up and broke one of the screens that were working, so now I only have 2, but I'm okay with that. At this point, those are just going to be pieces and parts. If I find them fairly cheap, I'll probably start getting them fixed. The screens aren't that hard to replace. There's only a couple screws in them, but they're expensive, guys. Like, the screens themselves are $30. That's for a 1000 model. So, you know, I find PSPs all the time for $30. Yard sales all the time, even without powered and chargers. It's worth picking them up for $30. I do that all the time. And if a client brought him in and we actually ordered the screen, I wouldn't take my time and make sure that it's done properly. I was just kind of like going at it a little hard, and you know, it happens. And luckily these aren't clients' DS lights. They're just mine and Travis's. So now we got some spare parts for some other things, or I just literally buy at least one DS light screen. We have a bunch of DSi screens and bottoms. Oh, maybe bottoms. Oh, no, we have one top in there as well. Another eBay sale.
Money.
WrestleMania. We sold that for, what, 15 plus shipping on top? This video, I told you guys, if it doesn't have a manual, I like to put some bubble wrap inside the case. A card, some bubble wrap, close it, and seal it up. This is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. We did get a couple more sales. I think we just sold a third-party N64 controller. And that was it, besides what we sold on eBay. So tomorrow's the last day of the first week of the holidays, pretty much. That's what it feels like. We've been getting calls nonstop, which is a good thing. Thank you guys for watching. As always, it's a pleasure for me to do this every single day. It's for you guys to show you how I grow this business in the garage. And we're growing it. Anything in particular you guys have questions about, you want to see repaired, you want to see how I repair it, just let me know in the comments below. And if I can help you guys out, you can also message me. Facebook Messenger is probably the best. You can also just call the store, talk to me directly, because that's how awesome I am. Thank you guys for watching. Until tomorrow, don't forget to level up.